What's going on, guys? Fodge here. Welcome to the team builder portion of my week 3 game against PapaJBO. Trying a bit of a different format this time rather than flicking back and forth between the PokePaste and the team builder doc. This time I have my Pokemon Showdown pulled up. I'm going to have a picture of PapaJBO's lineup on the right hand side of the screen so you guys can kind of keep an eye on that while I'm walking through my picks so things make a little bit more sense, hopefully, as to why I brought what without you guys having to pause or wait until I flick between screens. As per usual, a timestamp will be in the description if you guys just want to either quickly skip through this team builder just to see what my sets are very quickly, or skip directly to the battle. That will be available. So, looking at PapaJBO's team, he's got a very scary snow team. So once again, we have a bit of a weather war going on, much like my week 1 battle where I fought against Chaos and his rain team. Very scary threats on his team include Arctivish. Under the Snow is very scary with that Vicious Rend, especially if it's choice banded and it is a Terra Captain. So if it's Terra Water, it can boost its damage even more. Exploud actually looked pretty scary into my team, so gotta make sure I have a check for that. He's got other threats such as, honestly, Aurorus can be a very strong special attacking threat. Duraludon is an extremely good Eviolite user. Darkspawn is a nice fire immunity for his team, which is one of the main reasons I did not bring Pyroar. Graplocked, even though it's not used very much, has very high attack stats, so we can't really sleep on that. Grafaiai can do some annoying shenanigans. Terra Trevenant can be scary. Claydol is his one rapid spinner this week. He does have Emolga for defog as well, but his hazard removal isn't the best, so I gotta keep that in mind. Claydol can also do some very scary setup shenanigans. And finally, Emolga is there mainly as a fast electric type pivot / defogger. So let me walk you through the team of 6 that I brought this week and why I brought it. So first and foremost, we have Kowalski the Empoleon. Max HP Max Fizz Def set this week with a Rocky Helmet and the competitive ability. So just to walk you through why I brought what. This is pretty much my Arctivish check. Fun fact though, if he is choice banned Terra Water, Vicious Rend, and he gets the setup Under the Snow so that he is fast, that actually has a roll to 2-shot this Max HP Max Fizz Def Empoleon with resisted Vicious Rend, which is a little ridiculous. So if I am ever in that situation, what I will have to do is likely sack one of my other pieces first, and then go into Empoleon, knock off his choice band, and then I could beat it with Roost spam. But this Pokemon is ridiculous, so I needed a dedicated check to it. Fortunately, I also have kind of a dedicated sack that I'm hoping to be the one that has to go if need be. But yeah, Empoleon can be the one who really checks that thing if it gets out of hand. I do have other pieces to deal with it though. Next up is Aretha Franklin the Comfey. I brought a Choice Specs set this week. This is one of my other ways to deal with an Arctivish that's getting out of hand. But Specs Draining Kiss and Specs Giga Drain do pretty good against his team, honestly. Giga Drain, I believe, and remember those 2 moves are priority thanks to the triage ability, which gives all healing moves priority. So since those are really my main 2 attacks, I didn't feel the need to invest into speed much, so I just put most of the extra EVs into bulk. So I believe the calc on the Giga Drain is it does about 70 to like 80 something% to the Arctivish with specs, and so if I can get a round of Stealth Rocks off with my Gigalith, I believe is my dedicated rocker this week, if I can get a round of Stealth Rocks off before that Arctivish Terras into a water type and keep them on his side of the field, Arctivish will be forced to take 25% upon switch in, and then Giga Drain is a pretty favorable roll to one-shot it from that range, so that's nice. A potential option to revenge kill that Arctivish. But furthermore, though, his only fairy type resist on his team is Grafii, which is not known for its bulk. So Choice Specs Draining Kiss does very well. In terms of other moves, right, Draining Kiss and Giga Drain I needed. In terms of other moves I needed, like, Comfey doesn't get much coverage besides Fairy and Grass moves. And so I decided the best final two moves here would be Knockoff, because as I mentioned, Duraludon is an extremely good Eviolite user, and it seems like a decent check to the Comfey, so if I kind of play around with this Comfey a little bit and figure out that his dedicated switch-in is a Duraludon or something else that might really care about his item, like a Harvest Trevenant, for example, then Knockoff might be my play on that switch-in, right? Once I create a pin on something that does not want to take a Specs, Draining Kiss, or Giga Drain. Finally, Trick, right? A little more disruption, so if I feel the need to trick off my Choice Specs onto something bulky, like, I don't know, a Darkspawn might not appreciate a Choice Specs, some sort of setup Claydol set might be annoyed by being tricked at Choice Specs, I can do that. I don't really see myself clicking Knockoff or Trick too often, but they are here just in case I need some sort of other option. The other thing to note about those two moves is I don't get priority on them because they are not healing moves, so that is another, I guess, downside to clicking them. But they could be good in really niche scenarios, and especially since I had two move slots that I didn't really know what to do with, they could prove to be very useful. Finally, I did kind of consider putting Defog on this set, but I opted against it because I thought those other two moves, a Knockoff and Trick, were better. Alright, as I mentioned, this game is another weather war, so I need to bring my fair share of the weather just in case Arctivish gets out of hand, right? Changing the weather on him could be a good counter to that. You'll notice I'm min speed, 0 speed IVs on Gigalith. Don't think this is really necessary, but Gigalith is pretty much the slowest mon in this matchup anyway. I decided to make him as slow as possible just in case the Aurorus was some sort of weird, like, Iron Ball set to underspeed my Gigalith and get the weather advantage against me. Extremely niche, but that's why that's there. Otherwise, max HP, max special defense set Gigalith, and if I have Sandstorm up, that boosts my special defense even more since I'm a rock type. This is my dedicated X-Cloud check. It's not the best X-Cloud check because if he specs and hits me with like a Focus Blast or a Surf, I still take a ton of damage. But it is here to kind of scout out that X-Cloud if he comes, decipher whether or not he specs, and then figure out how to revenge it from there. Gigalith also deals with Aurorus pretty well. Aurorus can't really touch me, especially if it's some sort of defensive set. The damage Aurorus does to this Gigalith is pretty pathetic, to be honest with you. Even though Flash Cannon's super effective against Gigalith, Duraludon can't really do too much to Gigalith either. And Emolga, right? Emolga gets checked by this Gigalith pretty hard. In terms of my move choices, I went Stone Edge to hit things like the Arctivish and the Emolga, also just my strongest stab move. Superpower, I went Black Belt as my held item here because I wanted a little bit of damage on this Gigalith as well as the tankiness from my EV spread here without having to go like Assault Vest. So I went Black Belt Superpower. Black Belt boosts the power of Superpower or any fighting moves by 1.2 times. And Papa has a lot of fighting weaknesses, right? If we ignore the fact that he can tear some of these mons, Aurorus is quad weak to fighting, Arctivish is weak to fighting, Duraludon is weak to fighting, X-Cloud is weak to fighting, right? So though 3 of those 4 mons are mons that I really need this Gigalith to deal with. So being able to hit it back with a very strong Black Belt boosted superpower while also being able to take the damage pretty well is great. Toxic is here for something like a Claydol, right? Just so I can kind of prevent it from getting too set up, or even something like a Trevenant can be annoying if it gets set up for too long. Generally good move. And finally, Stealth Rock, as I mentioned, is pretty good against his team. He only has 2 means of removal, and his ice types, as well as the Emolga, are weak to rock, so they will be taking boosted damage from the Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rock is also important for that Arctivish, as I mentioned, because that lets me hit that calc with the Comfey. Scyther is my win con this game. Scyther, if he gets set up, looks extremely good into Papa's team. So the situation where I'm hoping to get set up is against something a little, slower paced, such as the Duraludon, such as the Darkspun even, where I can get a Swords Dance off, get a Trailblaze off to maybe revenge something, and then dual Wing Beat in close combat. That combination, I believe, kills everything on his team. So what's nice too is I'm able to run Adamant because after one Trailblaze, I'm faster than everything on his team, including that Slush Rush boosted Arctivish, which is great. So really hoping to get the Scyther activated this week. He will be my dedicated win con. He's got boots, of course, so I don't have to take 50% from rocks. Mario. This is my only Terra Captain I'm bringing this week, the Probopass. I decided on Terra Steel, Leftovers, Magnet Pull. Pretty much literally all of my EV is invested in a bulk, so 252 HP, 176 Bold Nature invested into defense, and 80 special defense. I went Body Press, Toxic, Iron Defense, and Rest. Looking at Papa's team, this does extremely well. If I ever get into a situation, which I definitely think I can, because he's got a little bit of a slower paced team besides the Arctivish, his scary hitters take a little bit to get going, so if I take advantage of that time he requires to get going by also getting set up, I could take advantage of the slow pace of his team. Iron Defense Body Press hits pretty much everything on his team. Right, as I mentioned, he's got a pretty big fighting weakness. The only things that didn't check were obviously the Ghost-type Trevenant. Claydol would take a little while to beat with that set, and if he has the same set himself or some other sort of defensive setup Claydol set, I doubt I would be able to beat it with Body Press. So for things like that, that is why I have Toxic as my last move. And I have Recovery in the Leftovers and Rest. The reason I don't have like Resto Chesto or Rest Sleep Talk is because I really wanted Leftovers as my item, first of all. And second of all, I didn't have room on my moveset for Sleep Talk. So I went Rest without any of those 2 moves. And to be honest, I think it's fine because Papa does not really have a means to kill this Probopass in less than 3 turns once I'm set up. So, hoping that he can do some really good work this week. And finally, really excited about this bring, to be honest. Jordy, the Mightyena. I went Intimidate this week, Citrus Berry, just so, because that helped with calcs, helping me be able to take 2 hits from certain things. And a full supportive set, Snarl, Super Fang, Taunt, and Yawn. This is going to be my dedicated lead this week. Mainly because Papa has, I was looking at his potential leads, they're pretty much all very passive and like to set up things like Aurora Veil or Stealth Rocks. Like I'm thinking he's going to lead Aurorus, Duraludon, maybe Claydol. The only one that might be a potential problem for this Mightyena set is the Grafaiai. But even the Grafaiai, I'm a Dark type, and Prankster moves don't work on Dark types. So, this looked really good into him. So what I was planning is I sped crept the fastest of those passive leads that I mentioned, which is the Duraludon. So this has enough speed to outspeed, I think I sped crept like a 4 or an 8 speed investment in Duraludon. And Taunt at turn 1. This obviously outspeeds stuff like Aurorus and Claydol as well, so Taunt any of them turn 1. Prevent rocks or screens from going up, whatever he wants to do. And then I'm pretty specially bulky, so since those mons are all special attackers, I should be able to take their hits pretty well and hit them with a Snarl, lower their special attack even further, And I have more disruption, right? I have Yawn to force a switch, and I have Super Fang to do half of one of their HP bars, because that's going to be the best way I can damage one of these bulky leads. So really excited about this bring. One more thing that I just thought of actually on the PROBOPASS, I brought Magnet Pull as the ability to trap that Duraludon, because if I'm set up, I should be able to beat it. With Rest Stall, and my body presses should be doing a lot of damage to him, since he's a Steel type. I think that's all I wanted to mention in the team builder, so one quick scroll through of my my builds again, if any of you wanted to pause and look at any of them, and I will see you guys in the battle. Thanks for watching the team builder. Yo, what's up guys, Fudge here, and I'm here for my Week 3 game of the CTHBL Season 2 against PapaJBO. Scary Hail team, or I guess Snow team. And he pretty much brings most of what I expected. Definitely was expecting the Aurorus and Arctivish combo here for the Slush Rush. Duraludon I was pretty sure was coming. Trevenant I was pretty sure was coming. And then, nice to see that X-Cloud in here. That thing was pretty scary. Just post the live link for the rest of the server here. But yeah, pretty happy to not see the X-Cloud. And I didn't really get much practice in mocks against Duskspun or the Claydol, so we'll see how this goes. Terra types, he's water on both of his Aurorus and Arctivish, those are both Terra Captains, and the Trevenant's also a Terra Captain, which is steal this game. The only Terra Captain I brought this game is the PROBOPASS, which I have Terra Steel on. So I'm going to stick with the game plan that I talked about in the team builder. I'm going to leave with the Mightyena. Watching Papa's games, he has led with something passive in both of his first 2 games. So I'm expecting either Duraludon or Aurorus lead, and I'm going to click Taunt on them turn 1. Trying to block Stealth Rocks from either of them, or Rare Veil from Aurorus, or... yeah, so he does lead with the Aurorus, gets up the snow right away. Going to fire the Taunt off. Not going to think about it, not going to overthink. If he clicks me with a Blizzard, if he clicks Blizzard here or anything, I am built to, take it decently well. He actually ends up just swapping right away, which is interesting. Not sure what this thing wants to do to me. I mean, it's taunted, so it's probably gonna... want to click some sort of fairy move on me or body press. Those are my guesses. Let me just see what he gets really quick, just so, I'm pretty sure Comfey is pretty safe, but I just want to make sure. I mean, he's taunted, right, so he's pretty limited at what he can do. Worst thing he can hit Comfey with probably is his Play Rough, so I'm just going to go Comfey. Gets my Specs user in. Yeah, he's going to body press as I expected. I'm Specs Comfey, and nothing on his team resists the Draining Kiss, so I'm just going to click it. Alternatively, I can try and knock something off. That might not be horrible. I think I want damage. Trevenant comes in, knockoff would have been nice, I guess, but that's okay. And in terms of this, I mean, it's Terra Steel, so that's an option. I think I'm just gonna go right back into my Mightyena. Okay, I think Mightyena's fine. You could also just click again. I want to get a little more info first. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to Mightyena. I'm gonna tank a Horn Leech here. Doesn't have too much info on my Mightyena yet, so I'm hoping that the Dark move threatens him out, even though I'm only packing Snarl. I'm gonna click Yawn here. Should get me some momentum. Brings in Doxbone again. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna make the same switch into the Comfey again. It's like my breaker, right? So, okay. This is fine, I think. I could take this opportunity to knock off his Eviolite. The unfortunate thing about it, though, is that he probably gets rocks off for it. Yeah, I do live max special attack flash cannon, so unless he's like specs, which would be kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna knock it off. Get rid of its Eviolite. Okay, he goes into Trevenant. I'm gonna knock this thing off instead. That's pretty nice. So probably Citrus Berry Harvest, so I get rid of that possibility, which is really nice. What do I want to do here? Apparently I was huge enough to warrant him saying I lose, which is kind of nice to see. I'm gonna go right back to Mightyena. Again, this is my most expendable health bar on my team. I have such a fairy. So I'm just gonna chill. Caught him off guard with the knockoff, I guess. He didn't know Comfey got knockoff, so that's good. Good for me. Just pivoting between these two mons very nicely, keeping the HP bars of my other mons nice and high. This time I'm gonna actually stay in and taunt this. Okay, goes Doxbone. And again, this welcomes in my Comfey again, as far as I know. He could expect me, I mean, I've been making the same play. Going into the Comfey every time this thing's taunted, so he could expect me to do that and just go Trevenant. So I might want to mix it up here. Let me calc, actually, because, like, if that's his play every time, like, let's say he's 252 Adamant, Trevenant, clicking Horn Leech every time on my Comfey. How much is that actually doing? It's only doing half. This isn't bad. I saw the Draining Kiss damage earlier. Did 41, which is, like, kind of mid-roll. I think I still feel pretty good about this play. And he does stay in, so that's great. I'm gonna keep clicking the specs Draining Kisses, because again, nothing resisted on this team. Should do good damage to anything. Okay, he stays in. Goes for Crunch. So I guess he's giving me this Doxbone, which is pretty cool. I'll take it. Really got him in a pin with these two mons, which is great. That was the goal of the Mightyena, to just really be like extremely disruptive and make his lead uncomfortable because he likes to lead passive. So I got Intimidate if he leads with the physical mon, I got Snarl if he leads with the special mon. This Trevenant dies, so he's sacking this. Alright, I have priority Draining Kiss, so I can just click this without fear. Trevenant doesn't have any priority, so... but yeah, I mean, the Mightyena is just extremely disruptive, taunting those slow status move users, right? I'm trying to keep rocks from getting up on my side of the field, because I didn't bring any removal this week, or maybe did I end up... I don't think I wound up putting defog on anything, I put boots on my Scyther. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't bring any hazard removal, but, you know, that being said, I would still rather they not get up on my side, so that's why I wanted to lead off with that Mightyena, is just try and deny it. Let's see what his answer is to the Comfey. He's got to change something up because this Duraludon, Doxbone, Trevenant thing that he's been doing isn't working. So let's see what he ends up trying to do to respond. Hopefully you guys are all having a nice day today. Really trying hard to get this win here in week 3 because lost a very tight game in week 2 that I really think I should have won. A couple of turns just kind of turned the tides of the battle in Blue's favor, so I'm really trying to make up for that loss here and get back to a good spot for the overall season. Claydol winds up coming in. I think I go Mightyena here, right? Because, like, again, my most expendable HP bar. Offensively, this thing isn't too threatening unless he starts to set up, so taunting it would be great. I'm locked into Draining Kiss, and I'm not sure I really want to be locked into Draining Kiss against this thing. I'd like more information about what he is going to be moveset-wise first, since I don't have any. This could be another rocker from him. Or it could be some sort of Calm Mind, Cosmic Power, maybe even Iron Defense setup set. Okay, he's Rapid Spinning, which is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite strange. I'm gonna taunt it. I'm gonna snarl it. Okay, it's Body Press. Okay, that's fine. Body Press Claydol. That's nice now, though, actually. I think this is time to activate my ProBO. Because his Ghost type is gone. And yeah, his Ghost type's gone, and he's in on a pretty passive mon right now. So I think I could definitely get Iron Defenses going here. I'm gonna Terra Steel just because it's never bad against anything. Getting out of my Rock type is nice. I don't think Earth Power does too much to me. Like, if it's just... Maybe this was Earth Power. It's like an offensive Claydol. I feel like it's like Fizz Def, just because of what he has. I think I Iron Defense once. Or do I just Toxic first? I think I can Iron Defense. Yeah, he's Body Pressing. So Iron Defense is a good play here. Okay, now I'm gonna Toxic. He's gonna try and match out Iron Defenses here. So getting this residual damage is nice. But I went out on this because I have Rust. So I think I'm chilling. I should be able to Body Press once. Okay, good stuff. I'm gonna rest. This thing could be Encore, right? I think this thing gets Encore. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I don't know what he wants to do. I'm just gonna sit here. He's gonna try and Wish Cleric something? I think I'm fine, like... Probably doesn't have Roar, but he could get it. This is actually the dream, getting that Trevenant out of the way early so that he doesn't have the Ghost type. I just can't Body Press it, but like I did bring Toxic for it. The goal was for this PROBOPASS to just be able to solo his whole team, if given the right situation. He's gonna try and Wish Pass this Claydol, but now he doesn't have the defense boost, so I should be able to do pretty big damage with the actual hit of Body Press here, and I still got Toxic ticking on him. So this might be a little bit of a stally, boring watch here, I apologize, but this seems like it's in a really good position against him. And he says he goofed really bad, so it's kind of confirming my suspicion here. Yeah, body press only doing 8%. Mine is doing 54, so great position. Just gonna click it again, and I'm at full HP. So, Doxman comes out, this might just die. Almost. Yeah, I got no reason just to not spam body press. He does yawn, which is a bit unfortunate. Curious to see what he brings in. Because I think he would have to kill me with the Auroras, right? Because it looks like, well, I guess Duraludon, I don't really know much about it yet. The Duraludon's probably special. But he brings in Auroras now. Does Auroras got any sort of setup that I should be afraid of? Calm Mind. Calm Mind is a potential. If this Auroras is like... If he Terra Waters, how much damage does he take from body press? So +6. Should still die with no sets, so I'm just gonna hit it. Claydol comes in. Okay, good play. But again, unless he has like setup on something, I don't think I'm scared. Brings this back in. I'm just gonna sit here and take the sleep turn. He has Earth Power, but okay. That special defense drop is a little unfortunate. I don't think I care. Did 29%. Let's see if I can get some info about it. Looks like it's pretty low special attack. I'm at 78%. Get a chance to 2-hit KO me after lefties. I'm thinking I switch here. As weird as it sounds. I think the Gigalith swap is pretty good because then it really threatens stuff with superpower. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna swap into Gigalith. The special defense drop is really the only reason I'm doing this. Because I think the PROBOPASS can get activated again. I'm just gonna fire off a black belt boosted superpower here. I'm gonna either force the Terra Water here, or he's gonna switch into something that's weak to superpower. He's not gonna appreciate this hit. Brings Duraludon in. He takes 52%. That's great damage. Since he's still got 2 ice types up, I'm probably gonna get rocks up, late game rocks. See what he wants to do. Use flash cannons, that's fine. And then I'll probably magnet pull him in with Probo. See if he has body press or not. I think it's fine. He does have body press. Doesn't actually do that much though. And I've already burned a sleep turn. Okay. He's gonna take a turn on Iron Defense. I think my play is to hit it. Okay, he skills. That's fine. Let's take a look at Comfey. We determined earlier that Flash Cannon doesn't kill me. So I'm gonna go into it. And Rain Kiss him twice. Rain Kiss the 2 KO, Flash Cannon can't kill me barring a crit. And I'm liking this positioning, because I've still got my Fizz Def fully on for the Arctivish, which is great. Most expendable mon at this point is probably my Gigalith. So if I need to sack something, it's going to be the Gigalith. If you are watching this video and I end up sacking something else before Gigalith, please just shoot me. Okay, this Aurorus is very specially defensive from the looks of it. I think I'm just gonna go right into it. I think it's fine. Flash Cannon's me. I live another one, which is fantastic, so I can probably get another superpower off. This might force Terra out of him. I don't know. We'll see. Earth Power doesn't quite kill, so he's going to sack off this Aurorus, and I'm going to win the Weather War. Which is great. Great news. Duraludon from a -1 superpower. I don't want to get too greedy. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that. Scyther is clean. It may. What's his last move? It's gotta be Draco, right? Let's just Comfey Giga Drain due to this. Duraludon. It's quad resisted, nothing. Yeah. Okay, I think it's Scyther. Safest move is probably just to hit these things. CC should always kill. Yep. Close combat kills this. Arctivish comes in, takes rocks. I think I have to make this a, oh, hang on. I could probably play for differential here. Because I don't think, when he Terras, this isn't going to kill. I think my safest play is to probably just Trailblaze. Yep. Yeah, and I die. That's fine. I didn't want to risk losing for differential. So there you go. There's the game. GG's to Papa. A little bit of a slower paced stally game, but I really think that disruptive core of Mightyena and Comfey, especially in the early game, really put a lot of pressure on him with the Choice Specs Draining Kisses, and knocking off that Harvest Trevenant's Citrus Berry proved to be really big. So I'm really happy with how that early game went. In the mid game there, I was able to get PROBOPASS kind of activated and really shake him up a little bit. I think that PROBOPASS wound up knocking out Darkspawn and Claydol, so that was great. Leaving these 3 mons here, was able to position. I was able to position my Gigalith pretty nicely in a couple of situations for Black Belt boosted superpower against these last 3 mons that were all weak to it, unless I was able to force Terra. So yeah, really happy with how that game went. 2-0 victory is very helpful for both the record and the differential after that loss last week, so I'm really happy to see that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game, and yeah, I will see you guys for next week's battle. I believe I'm playing Venice, so I'll see you guys then. See ya. Bye.